Well, hello, my name's TreeSap, and I'm here to talk about GNORP Apologue. This is a good little game. It's a idler game, otherwise known as like a second monitor game, at least that's what I call them a lot of the times. Something to have on your second monitor while you're doing any random activity. Maybe you're doing homework, regular work, your taxes, I don't know, whatever you do on your computer besides play video games. And I like to have these little things on because sometimes you just need a little bit of mental stimulation when you're doing a task that you really don't want to do, but you kind of are forced to or are obligated to do to partake in for any number of reasons. And you play these little GNORPs, which are basically these guys who are just about to fucking grind. They only want to accumulate wealth. If you told a GNORP that you work 90 hours a week, it would call you a fucking loser and tell you to work harder. Every single part of their society is purely based around making this money by hitting a giant rock, yes, a giant massive boulder, and taking the little chunks that come out of it and convert it into their currency. And the rock fights back. The rock will literally try to absorb everything back into itself, and it gets faster and faster as you go up in the ranks, because these little chunks, they stack up and they basically become a massive like mountain of just material that's constantly being absorbed back into itself. And you can mitigate this because there's a lot of different things you can do, a lot of abilities you can unlock. Some just give you more GNORPs, and some allow you to take those GNORPs and turn them into different types, like mountaineers, runners, bowmen, mini gunners, just regular gunners. And you can also unlock other stuff like rockets, drones. There's a number of things in this game. There's actually a lot to it. And also when the mountain gets high enough, it basically brings everything back into itself, and you unlock a little star that gives you the ability to unlock these very special upgrades and abilities that add on to it. And also every building has a multitude of upgrades, and even sometimes with particular GNORPs, they have these kind of synergistic abilities or perks that you add on to them based on what other type of GNORPs you have that come from other buildings, and give you kind of like these extra boosts and extra perks. And there's also an actual perk tree that you can unlock stuff with by basically, there's a little meter, and this meter basically, the faster you take the rocks and store them away, the more it builds up, and it gives you a perk point once it goes past a certain limit, and you just keep storing them up and up and up, and then you can prestige. And that's why on the main menu, when you're just starting a new game, you can unlock a bunch of different things that can add on to the game. So there's actually some deep layers in there, and this is probably one of my favorite idlers overall. I'd probably say up there with like Cookie Clicker, with something that you really enjoy. And you can actually even get kind of caught into everything and really get like locked away if you actually decide to just sit there and play it as a regular game and not just have it on a second monitor. And yeah, you can click in this game, but once it gets to a certain point, it's like any one of these click games, once it gets to a certain point, there's no real reason for you to be clicking. You're kind of just letting everything flow by itself. And it's actually fun to watch because they have this wallpaper mode where you can see the little GNORPs running around and doing all their little stuff. And that's something I really like. It's just kind of entertaining. When you have a good flow going, just watching everything kind of happen is really fun. It's like this nice kind of white noise because everything has some nice sound to it. So it comes together to make a wonderful little thing to just watch and hear. And that's pretty much all I want to say. I just wanted to talk about it real quick. Hopefully someone sees this and they say, hey, I'll go buy that and enjoy it because it's worth every cent in my opinion. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like, you can subscribe, you can dislike, and even say, hey, this was garbage. It's really up to you. I'm not the boss of you. Do as you so desire in this world, I guess. Peace. I'm out.